Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday night get together. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. I mean, normally we have been going through Brittany Howard's leadership podcast, which have been incredible and amazing. And we will get back to that. But I was just feeling like there's so many of us that are new, and let's just hop on and do a coaching. Okay. So I have something fun to share with you guys as everyone's hopping on. Have any of you read anything by Grant Cardone? Pop it in the comments if you have. Justin and I attended a conference by him a couple of years ago, and this book called The 10X Rule, Justin has gone through, and he actually brought it out at supper time tonight, as well as Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But I want to tell you a fun little story. So our oldest son is 18, and he has a goal, and I should have gotten the make and model and all the things on this car, or it's like a Jeep, glorified Jeep, that he wants to buy. And so my husband actually has been talking to our local car dealer guy and made plans with our friend Chris to bring this car home, because I actually had a couple on the lot, which they're kind of they're a little bit more rare, and they don't always get them on the lot. So he brought the car home, and he was talking to the kids just here at dinner like 20 minutes ago, about why it's important to set goals, and also why it's important to get your goals and have them visible. And so he brought the car home so Samuel could go drive it and just see if it's something that he actually wants. But it's one of those like dream board vehicles, it's going to be a while before, he can make that happen. It's not, too super duper high on the totem pole of priorities. But there is a key element that Justin wanted to teach all of our kids, which is, if you have a goal, one, you need to set it high, and you need to visualize it. If you and actually, like, for example, for this car goal, is go test drive the car, go sit in it, go smell it, go drive it around, like, make it visible, make it real, because if we can't go there in our mind, we're going to have trouble ever accomplishing the goal. But I just wanted to challenge you guys, because I know we are basically like 3 weeks into, well, 3 weeks left in the year. We have 3 weeks left in December before we hit 2024. And my thought is, let's go out with a bang. Let's crescendo in our Plexus businesses with our intention, with our goal setting, with the things that we want to accomplish before the new year hits. Okay. And you are going to be setting yourself up for an amazing 2024 by tapping in now. So maybe you are brandy new and you're like, I don't even know what my goal is. I don't know what my goal should be, but we're going to talk about it tonight, because you can actually get some goals down on paper today. And I just want to say, goals are not a bad thing. Actually, goals are important. It's important to set intentions, whatever word you want to use, but they're so important, because that's what gets us up and motivated and moving forward, right? And so one of the things that Justin and I were looking at the calendar yesterday going, there's still 3 weeks left in the month. There are people yet to join our team and your teams that could totally join and earn Punta Cana in the next 3 weeks. Do you believe that's possible? Do you believe that's doable? I personally do. I definitely think so. So we went live this morning on our Facebook wall and just shared our epiphany, like, oh my goodness, there are some people that can come into an opportunity like this and sign 20 people up. No biggie. Okay, so that may be you. If you are somebody that is like, oh my goodness, I think I could do that, or could I do that, right? And there are others of you who have already done it. I don't know oh yeah, Brandy's on the call tonight. She actually earned Punta Cana back in September in 12 days. And she has now swept the contest, which is so fun. But when you have a goal in mind and a specific things you're working towards, it's going to give you clarity for moving forward. So I am super pumped. My thought is, we need to have tons of fast starts all over the team. I've been even talking to the leaders on my team, saying, there's other teams that have fast start rubies. Well, let's get some fast start rubies on our team too. Wouldn't that be fun? But anyways, I just wanted to read a couple excerpts out of this as people are still jumping on the call here, from this chapter 9 about 10x goals. And so this guy is saying that he believes that one of the major reasons why people don't stick to their goals and fail to accomplish them is because they fail to set them high enough from the beginning. Okay. So if you're starting to have some epiphanies pop them down in the notes in your phone or get them down on a sheet of paper. You always want to come to one of these calls with a pen and a paper so that you can jot down things as you're listening or as like ideas spark in your mind. That's why these calls are great, because sometimes it's just like one little idea you can take away and then go put into action, right? People's failure to think big enough usually means they will never act big enough, often enough, or persistently enough. And it goes back to exactly what we keep coaching on, which is our thoughts impacting or our circumstance impacting our thoughts, which impacts our actions, which drives our results, all the things, right? CTF, what did I forget? The feelings. C, circumstance, T, thoughts, F is feelings, A, action, and then R is results. And so it's first a thought before it's ever an action. And if we're not taking an action, then we need to back up and figure out what our thoughts are. Average and realistic goals are almost always a letdown to the person setting them, who is then unable to fuel his or her goals with the actions necessary. Average goal setting cannot and will not fuel massive 10x actions. If you approach an endeavor with an average thinking, you will start to give up the moment you come up against any challenges, resistance, or less than optimal conditions. Pop in the comments if you've ever had oppositions to your goal. Maybe even this week there's opposition for your goal. Unless you have some big juicy purpose as your engine. To get through resistance, you must have a big reason to get there. The bigger and more unrealistic your goals are, and the more they are aligned to your purpose and duty, the more they'll energize and fuel your actions. It is a goal, and the bigger and juicier it is, which we were cracking up around the dinner table, and Justin's like, oh, juicy goals. Okay, that's a new word. The more likely you'll be motivated to move in that direction and through the resistance. So newsflash, if you have resistance about a goal that you've set, hello, join the club. I am Power Partners with Trisha Rieger this month, and there's a lot of opposition, even for someone like her, even for someone like me. There's still opposition. There's things that come up that we have to work through, work around, pivot, think of other ideas, get creative, right? If you want to add even more energy to your goals, then make sure they are tied to something even bigger. And that's what Justin was talking to the kids about tonight, is like, we can't just have a goal that's centered around us. Like, it needs to impact more than us. So as you think about your Plexus goals for this week or for the rest of this year, who is it going to impact? There's people. No, it's you, your spouse, your children, right? Obviously, and then the ripple effect starts happening, right? As you introduce people to these products, as you introduce people to this opportunity, and that's when it gets really fun, really exciting. So I would like us to get very clear on what you want. So I would like everyone to write down on a piece of paper what your intention is for this week. Maybe it's to bless a friend. Maybe it's to sign up one person. Maybe it's to go silver for the first time. Or maybe you've already gone silver and you're ready to go silver again, right? Maybe some of you are working towards Fast Start Gold, or maybe you're even too scared to even verbalize that you're actually going for that goal. Okay, whatever your goal is, that's your goal. Okay, so I want you to actually write that down. Your goal for the week. And then I want to actually challenge you to write down what your plan is, like goal-wise, for the end of the month. So like come New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2023, when the clock strikes January 1st, what will you have accomplished? Okay. So I want you to start working on that. You can just jot a few things down, or you can think about it after the call. Okay. I want to just read this one little blurb and then we'll get going. It says, I will never tell another person what his or her goal should be. However, I would advise that when you do set your goals, take into account that you have been educated with restrictions. Be aware of this so you don't underestimate the possibilities. And then take into account, number one, you are setting these for you and not for anyone else. Number two, anything is possible. Okay, these are actually thoughts to practice. We talk about on these calls like different thoughts that we can practice. That is a great thought to practice. Anything is possible. Okay. Number three, you have much more potential than you realize. That's for all of us on this call right now. Number four, success is your duty, obligation, and responsibility. I love this. This is so great. Number five, there's no shortage of success. And number six, regardless of the size of the goal, it will require work. Okay, so those are some concepts that I just wanted to share really quickly. And mention to you guys what we were talking to the kids about. And Justin actually showed this picture. If you've ever been to my house, you will notice that this house is very similar. This picture actually was on our fridge at the old house for years before this farmhouse that we live in now ever became a reality, because I had like a long-term goal in mind of like what Plexus could be for our family, and we had made some big, crazy, scary goals. And so if your goals feel scary to you, welcome to the club. You're in the right room. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get rolling here, but just wanted to share a quick little blip for all of us on the call, ready to just make some things happen this month. We had an amazing November, and I know all of us are game and excited to keep the movement rolling. So, all right, I think that I saw Maylee pop on. Let's see. Is she here? If you're on, go ahead and unmute. Let me look at my messenger real quick.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? There you are.
Trying to get this one to sleep.
Oh, I know how that goes. Okay, well, this is so fun. Well, why don't you tell everybody on the call kind of like tiny little blip about who you are, when you started, what your Plexus story is, and then we can launch from there.
So I've actually been using the products for probably a year and a half. Madison had been posting about blood sugar, how the Slim helps with blood sugar, and I was pregnant doing hair, and my blood sugar would literally just bottom out, and I would start passing out in the middle of styling clients' haircuts, whatever. And my doctors, there was nothing I could do. They were just like, drink more protein in the mornings, there's nothing else we can do. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to give this a try. Why not? So I started taking the products, and they, helped me get through my pregnancy. I had a better delivery. I had a better recovery. Like everything was better with my second pregnancy using the Plexus products. So then Madison was like, why don't you refer 3 friends? You can make some money for Christmas. And I was like, okay, whatever. I posted on my Facebook and signed up my mom, 2 other friends, and then I had bought my own other reset. So I hit Fast Start Silver in one day. And then now we are shooting for gold.
Okay.
But that's really it. I've just only posted a few other times. I've not had many more people reach out since then, but that's it.
Awesome. Congratulations on going Fast Start. If there's anyone else on the call that Fast Started Silver, pop it in the chat. There's no such thing as tooting your own horn in Plexus, because we're all celebratory on all the things. So that's so exciting. And you made like $445 for going silver last month, which
Yes.
the bonuses for this month are doubled, and it's amazing. So kudos and congratulations. And as you're moving forward and continuing to bless your family financially and growing your team, that's just going to continue to roll, Okay, so how did you go silver? Did you say you posted once and that was the trigger for silver?
Yeah, I literally posted one time with the black cherry lime blossom and posted about how it is like the shots, and Madison literally is just sending me stuff to post because I'm like, I'm not like at all like feeling smart enough to know what I should be posting. I just drink the drink and do what she tells me to do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, tell me what to post. And so she told me what to post, and I took a selfie with the drink and posted it, and I got a lot of messages that night. And then it was actually the night that the sale ended with the free reset. So we were like, hurry up and get the free reset. So we were like up at 11 o'clock signing people up. But then I had a couple more people message and then, ghosted.
Mm-hmm.
So we've reached back out to them, but there's like probably 5 more other people that had messaged and then haven't, responded. We followed up one time to get on a Zoom last week, and then they were either too busy to get on or just didn't respond. So Yeah, we're in the works with a couple more people though.
Yay! So, okay, really fast. Those of you listening, she did a famous black cherry post. Okay, so grab your pink drink in the morning and do that black cherry post. Okay, so it's not magic; it's just the consistency of showing up. So when you're on these group coachings, you're going to learn from the person in the hot seat that's sharing like what they did to do this or that. So you want to be thinking, okay, well, I want to duplicate what they're doing. I mean, even me, like even hearing you say that, like your post could trigger somebody to move, like because they're looking for something like this, and you never know. That's why the consistency of posting is so important because that builds and compounds, right? As we're consistent and builds trust with people. And people see different things at different times. So, like 10% of your Facebook friends probably saw that post at that particular time. It may be a whole nother demographic of people that saw the couple of their posts that you have posted since then, and maybe felt like you didn't have the same results from those other posts, but you never know. You may have caught someone's eye and they're hawkeyeing your other post that you're doing. So any of you listening, go make that black cherry post tomorrow morning and let's just see what happens. Okay, this is all like we're experimenting. Let's just see what happens, right? And I think one significant thing to note is she made a post and 3 people signed up. That doesn't always happen. Like just like her other posts, she made other posts and nobody signed up. Okay, so you never know. That's why the consistency in posting is so important. Also, mm, I was going to mention something else that you mentioned. Um, oh, the people that did comment or respond to you initially, have all those people, and this goes for all of us that have, shared last month with all the specials and all the things, and that we had a lot of interest and a lot of conversations going. What feels like quiet in conversations, that, well, one, that's normal. Like let's just normalize that not 100% of people message us back, and we have to get out of the mode of thinking that we're doing something wrong. You're not doing something wrong. This is par for the course. It takes a lot of conversations. People are distracted. People are busy. They forget to respond. And so keep all those people on a list because those will be follow-ups in the new year. You're not bugging people to pop back in maybe with a little testimony. We encourage the add tag message method, which is basically like you can pop in at any of those times, and hopefully you used one of those graphics to find out what their health goals were. That way you can respond back and be like, hey, hey Stephanie, I totally thought of you today. Wanted to just pop this little testimony in because I think you resonate with this story. You guys should all be in our live testimony chat thread that has like 60-second little testimonies from people on our team, and so you can actually forward those to people. So as you're chatting with people, even if you feel like the conversation kind of went silent, you can pick it back up and just pop back in Messenger, send a little 60-second testimony video, and then send a quick voice message to just say, hey, I thought of you, thought you resonate with this little testimony. It's something similar to what you're dealing with right now. So would love to hear your thoughts. Just something simple like that. Okay. So I want to hear a little bit about your fears. Let's talk about your fears really quick. I know we chatted about this real quick in Messenger earlier, but why don't you verbalize something that you're afraid of?
Obviously I am afraid of failing because who isn't? Especially being new to this and having kids to take care of and raise. My husband is in the Marine Corps, so he is actually deployed right now. So it's me and the kiddos, but we just, it's a hard time to have a one income household. So I'm definitely excited to have this opportunity to change our life and change other people's lives. And, with not just health, but I have also saw that this is, got a great compensation plan set up for when we do help people with their health. So, but yeah, failure for sure, because, you have to have a platform and enough people to reach out to continue to grow.
Mm-hmm. So when you say fear of failure, like what specifically about that is scary or concerning? Like what about failure is like what would happen? What's the worst case thing?
Well, for us, it would probably be me having to go back to work in a sense of, this world being, or the economy, it's hard to live with one income. So I don't want to have to put my kids in daycare to go back to work and do hair full time.
I see.
So that would be what failure would look like for our family.
Okay. Are you fearful of like what people will think of you, or that's not really in your fear zone?
Oh, no, I don't care about that. I mean, it is hard for me to post just because I am not confident enough in what I'm posting about.
One thing I think confidence will come with consistency. And as you learn more about the products and as you get feedback from the people that you're helping, that will build belief. So, any of you, Maylee, and anyone else on the call that's new, I would go pop into some testimony groups and just listen to live testimonies. Even that little thread with the 60-second testimonies, listen to those because those are people legit, like on our team, like people that live locally to us, locally to you, Madison and Angie and all you, um, which is so belief building just to hear like tons of different stories of how the products are helping people. Um, so okay, so the fear of failure. When I think of when I go in that you're listening to that little voice in the back of your head, um, offering you fearful thoughts. What are some counter thoughts that you could consider in addition to obviously you're recognizing the fear of failure thing, but do you have anything else that you're thinking of alternatively? Maybe let's like flip it and talk about like let's talk
Like
about
the
success.
positive side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the fact that I'm a people person. I feel like I have a lot of people who love and care and trust me. So that, like, I feel like that is obviously a huge stepping stone and important to have. And just being positive and knowing that I am able and I am capable to do anything that I do put my mind to. Um, and just kicking those negative thoughts out,
Hmm.
knowing that I can do anything for me and my kids, my husband, our
Hmm.
family.
I love it. So we're gonna have a recording for this, so you can go back and listen. And I would actually write down those things that you spoke out loud and re-listen to them, even on the recording, and just write them down. That way, when any sort of negative thing pops up for you, you can actually counterbalance that with like, actually, I have a lot of people that care about and trust me. I am able and capable and able to put my whatever accomplish whatever I put my mind to. So like even like writing those things down because I mean just like we read about in the book, like the oppositions are going to come. It's just a matter of like are we going to stick with it when they do come or when things feel slow or quiet or whatever. Um, so let's talk really quick. Okay, when you feel like the fear of failure popping up, is that a specific feeling for you?
Um, it's different for me just because I've not always been a stay-at-home mom. I used to be full-time in hair, and then my husband went back into the military, and that's when I was able to stay home with the kids. But for me, it's like, I like staying at home, but I also miss like the social interactions. I know I would have like more of, a community around me with this and without with like networking to other people. So I know I would get that sense back,
Mm-hmm.
along with making my own money because I like to spend money because I'm a woman.
Uh-huh.
So, not being able to spend money as much, being, on a budget with a, one income household. So, a couple different things for me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Did I answer your question?
Not really, but we can go down that trail too. I was just thinking more of like, can you identify? I mean, the feeling may be just fear, just flat out fear, like fear of failure.
Yeah.
The feeling in your body. I was just thinking when we're feeling fear or I don't even know, like negative emotions, we tend to either not take action or take action from not a great place. So I guess what I was trying to steer you toward was like when you are thinking and dwelling on the fear factor, the fear of failure part versus dwelling on, you know what? I'm gonna operate from the success mindset and from like the people person that I am and knowing what I know about who I am and how I can help and serve other people. I was just curious, like feeling wise, if you can identify those feelings that you feel and decide which feeling you like better operating from.
Oh, definitely. I much more prefer the positive side.
Hmm.
Um, So I am good at quickly, shutting myself off and being like, okay, no, like, why are you being that way? You should not be negative. Like, you are supposed to be your number one fan. Like,
Mhm.
just like self-love. Like, why are you doing this? So yeah, definitely the positive side is what I work best with.
Mhm. Yeah, and recognizing that two different thoughts in our mind can coexist. Like there's sometimes a little nagging thought. I remember when I started, I was just like super concerned, like, what are people gonna think of me? Like, are they gonna think I'm just like trying to sell them something? But then I would go back to my other thought, which was actually I'm gonna operate from the thought and take action from the thought that I really believe people are going to come back and thank me for sharing Plexus with them and for being brave enough. And so I know all of us are coming from different backgrounds and, different skill sets. Even some of you may have already worked through like insecurity things and all, all the things. But regardless, we all are starting at a certain point, and we can choose the thoughts that we're going to dwell on and the thoughts and the feelings that we're going to operate from as we move forward to build a team and build a business. So what I feel like I heard you say, Maylee, too, is that you're kind of in transition. So now you're staying at home, but you're recognizing that you love community, the networking part, like making money to spend, because being on operation don't spend money is not fun. It's more fun to be able to spend and give. So tell me, quantify the income, like replacement income, maybe of what you used to do or have, or what would feel like would be just giving you that wiggle room feeling in the budget for some extras.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. I would like to make a minimum of 1,000 a month. That would give a good cushion, like free spending money. And of course, anything more would be awesome. So we'll start with that.
Okay, so right now you're at Fast Start Silver, which is 3 people. And have you signed anybody new this month yet?
No.
Okay, so next goal is Senior Silver. And so I think I shot those graphics over to you earlier. So like this
Yes.
month for referring 3, um, or referring like $37 for referring 1, 410 for referring 3, referring 6 is 525, referring 9 so is over 1,000. So to make the goal like tangible and specific, the next goal, like rank up goal, so that you could get that double bonus would be, excuse me, Senior Silver. Okay, so silver is 3, Senior Silver is 9. And so for those of you listening and listening to the recording also, so the goal is that your people that you sign up go silver. So definitely be having that conversation with your new people. Do any of your new people, Maylee, want to share or gain from making a little post?
I have not addressed that.
Okay. Would you be game for asking them?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I just don't know about like how's the best way to do that.
Well, there's lots of different ways to ask, but I think you could just even text them once we get off the call and be like, "Hey, um, would you, if I sent you what to say, would you be game for making a little post about Plexus and tag me? Like, let's just see what happens." I don't know who your first 3 people are, assuming they know you fairly well.
Yeah.
So you could just pop in, "Hey, wanted to check and see if your products made it, or how are you doing so far?" Um, I would just ask them if they game for making a little post. And then sometimes, I mean, I ask lots of different ways, and I think you can revisit it. Like if they don't respond back, sometimes I will message and say, "Hey, have you thought of somebody that would do this with you? If you get 3 accountability partners, you're going to make over $400 this month because of the double bonuses. Is that something that you'd be game for?" So you could approach it like either asking them to take an action, just kind of boop out of the blue, or you could just be like, "Hey, have you thought about grabbing 3 friends and do this with?" And then letting them know about the double bonuses. And I always approach it from the standpoint of like, if we help 3 friends, you're not going to have to budget your products on the family budget for like a couple months. Like, how awesome is that? Like, I just normalize it. So, like, everybody should do this, you know?
Right.
So, so the goal is, senior silver is 9 people, but those 9 don't just have to come from you signing 9 friends. That could actually come from your 3 people signing 3 people each, so
Right.
there's different ways to make it happen. And then once you hit senior silver, we'll just talk about gold really fast because gold is an awesome rank to get to. Everyone on this call needs to go gold. Like you get to earn gold school, you get to you get 100 pay points in your back office. That means you've helped almost 20 people right now because level 1s are worth 6 points. You can actually earn gold by helping 17 friends. Okay, so it's a little round numbers, we say 20, but technically you could actually get it by helping 17. And again, that could be you helping 4 and then your 4 helping 4 apiece. Does that make sense? So you can kind of get that duplication going. And then gold pay is great. Like being a gold is in the very top, like I don't even remember 1% of Plexus. So it is a really big honor to get to gold, and it's super fun. So okay, $1,000 a month. Working towards that. So you made 445 last month. And then this month, my thought is let's double that. Like, let's get you up around 800 or even $1,000, depending on also how many level 1s you can add in this month. So I would be, tell me a little bit about like what action that you've taken so far. Like you've made you made a couple posts, and then have you made a list of people that you feel like could benefit from the products?
I have not.
Okay. That's your next assignment is just get
Okay.
a white sheet of paper and just divide it in half. So any of you new on the call that haven't done a list yet, here you go. It's your homework. One side of the paper, you're going to write products or health, and the other side is business or opportunity. And then you're going to just think through, pray through, roll through your text messages, roll through your Facebook friends list, roll through your mom's Facebook friends list, whatever, right? And just jot names down, people that are in your closest circle. Like I would say, let's stay close first before like going out to like random Facebook friends. You know what I mean? So anyone that you go to work with, school with, church connections, kid connections, hubby's military wife connections, that kind of thing. Thinking through and putting those people on the list. And then, okay, have you done a little party with Madison yet?
Well, we attempted to do a Zoom call and no one showed up.
That's totally, I actually wrote that down. So when you host a Zoom call and no one that you invited shows up, and this could go for an in-person event too. I've had that happen to me. And what, did you die?
Nope.
You don't die, you just pivot. You gotta just pivot. It's a busy month for people, so it's okay. And that doesn't mean that those people are not interested. It was just that night they forgot. Okay, so you attempted an online a Zoom call. So do you have anything scheduled for this week?
No.
Okay. So my thought is you're gonna host an event. It could just even be like a little 15-minute messenger event. And you're going to invite the people from your list to the event. I feel like it makes that list easier to reach out to than just like rando, hey, which works too. Like that totally works, but it made me feel easier and more organic to just reach out and invite people to an online little Blitzy event just to learn more. And you're just asking to find out if they're open. So for example, with that list, and obviously they're people right? So they're not strangers. So you could just say, hey friend, I just thought of you, no idea if you're interested, but I just found out, or I've been using these all natural supplements for a while, and it really helped me. And I'm excited to tell others about it. And I'm hosting a little online event on Thursday night. Would you be game? You're just asking to see if they're open, Are you game for trying that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Alrighty. So for those listening, when I'm helping people to rank up, it's literally rinse, wash, repeat the same things over and over and over again, but it's an acronym that I call the PLLP. So it's make a post, make a list, go live, and then party. And sometimes we actually combine the last two. So you can actually like do a little pre-recorded video if you're in a messenger event, or you could go live if it's on like a Facebook group, you know, or you can go live on your wall. That actually is a great thing to do because for me, it always brings new interest when I go live on my wall. Are you game for trying that? Is that like super scary to you?
That's super scary to me.
Love it. Okay, we're gonna write that down for number 3. Live. Do you live close to Madison?
Do what?
Do you live close to Madison?
Close-ish.
Ish. Like how close is ish?
30, maybe 45. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Well, I'll just tell you. So Margaret got coached last week on the call, and Carissa was coaching her. And so, anyways, one of the things, I don't know that she was avoiding it, but she just hadn't done it yet, and it was kind of scary to her. Was alive. And so Margaret actually comes to my church. I mean, she lives on the other side of town. It's like maybe 5 minutes away. And so she actually just came over to the house on Friday, and we did a live together. So that's an option. You could meet halfway or do a live together because sometimes just breaking the ice with a friend is all you need. Otherwise, you can just do it and just like get excited and decide, you know what? You never know who's going to be game. And yes, yeah, Carissa's piping in the comments. I saw it. Margaret went live. So a couple thoughts I like to put out there for everybody is you won't die. And with in light of like networking and building a team and getting the word out about Plexus is like we want all eyes on us in the marketing sense to let people know what we have. And they're not going to know what we have unless we tell them, right? So going live is scary, but it's not life threatening. Like
Right.
you won't die. You can get a little bullet point list and like pre-decide what you're going to say, smile. You can even say like, oh my word, I've never gone live. This is super awkward. Like just throw it out there, right? It doesn't have to be super, scripted or anything like that. I will say some of the things that I've seen some of the new girls doing is doing like an unboxing. So like when their Plexus box comes, they just set their phone up and show like, oh my goodness, I just got my Plexus box in the mail. So if more of a demonstration type, get the kids, it's all crazy and loud together and people are popping on watching the kids, watching what you're opening and sharing about. Another thing I've seen Brandy and Allie and some different newer people doing is like going live and like mixing up their drink, like just kind of doing a little demonstration of like, okay, I'm making my lean shake and I'm mixing up my pink drink first thing in the morning. Just something simple like that. Do you feel like that would be easier to do it that way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's no one way. Like you could do a lot of different things. Sometimes it's just Okay. Alrighty. So bringing this full circle, how are you feeling? Where'd you go? There you are.
I'm good.
Does it feel overwhelming?
No,
Okay.
I'm ready to roll.
Like tangible action steps.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all doable. Like you said, I won't die.
We'll get you a t-shirt. I didn't die. What questions? Do you have any other questions like popping up that are like just coming to you, or as we've chatted?
No, not really. It all makes sense. I guess another thing is like, so I had joined another company like prior to this, selling life insurance, and they like pretty much just told me I was gonna, sit down with clients, and they made it seem like I already had my own clients. Well, the backstory was I had to provide my own clients and pay these monthly fees that they didn't tell me about and all this stuff. So I don't know. I guess I'm kind of that's probably my most fearful thing is like going from that to this within just a little bit of time. I don't want people to be like, oh my God, she's going from one thing to another, but I mean, whatever, it is what it is. And it's what I'm doing. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that going to be a huge demographic of your network that even knows that?
Probably not, because I only post about it like a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. And things change and social media doesn't tell the whole story. And you can come on live and share the new things that you're excited about anyways.
Right.
Mhm,
Well, and I've already been more consistent with this than I was that, so
mhm.
whatever.
Yeah,
And I have like a passion for this, like I have a story to connect to this. I don't have a story to connect to selling life insurance. Like I just was not me at all, but whatever.
Well, yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there because when you have something of value to share with people that you personally feel invested in, and you don't even necessarily have to have a huge product or like a health testimony in order to share like your vision for, oh my god, like for me personally, all I had when I started sharing was detox symptoms. Like I did feel a little bit better from the pink drink because I feel like it like just stabilized my hormones and I just felt like dancing with the kids, versus like slogging through my day, And so what I saw though was that my son's eczema went away in the first month. And so I was like, oh, we've just cracked the code. Like all the moms need to know about Probio 5 and like in the triplex in general. I knew for me personally I was gonna have probably 6 months of detox and healing. But I operated from the thought of, you know what, the moms need to know about this. Like we need to be sharing this because this could help people, you know? And so I'm with you, Maylee, that because of what it is, I have felt compelled to tell people. And I would tell people about this even if I wasn't getting paid, you know, because it
Yeah.
because it can really help people at the root issue and also from a financial perspective, like Angie was saying in the chat, like for your new people. Oh, because so you've added 4 total so far. Is that right?
No, I am one of the other four because I got the free reset.
Oh, I see. So you signed up your spouse or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, technically, in Plexus terms, they still consider that you you added 4. But
Yeah.
you can for those other 3 people though, like Angie is saying, you can cast vision for what that amount of money could do for them this month, like help with the stressors of Christmas and pain and payments and credit cards and all of that, just to help pay for things. So even
Right.
asking for that, Yep, yep, yep. Okay, you can roll through the comments. They're really sweet. Thank you for being
Sure.
brave. I love that you were game for getting Coach Live. It's not an easy thing to do, like as a new sharer, and you're like, oh my word. So I'm super proud of you.
I'm totally shocked. I was not expecting to do this. Like whenever you were like, it'll be in a group setting, I just thought I was here to like listen to you coach everyone.
Oh
And
my
you said my name and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm in bed.
Well, pop in the comments, everyone. Didn't she do a great job? So fun. I promise you that people are getting takeaways from things that you shared, questions you asked, just as you were vulnerable and sharing different things. Okay, fabulous. So we'll get the recording so you can roll back through and listen. But you're just the top 3 assignments. So everyone that's listening on the call needs to go make their goals. Okay. Screenshot or take a picture of them and pop them in either in the streams chat or in our Punta Cana chat thread. That way there's accountability for our goals. And if you made goals at the beginning of December, revisit those. And actually, if you've accomplished some of them, check off the list, okay? And tell us all because that's exciting. And then, okay, so Maylee, you're gonna make a list, and why don't you send that to the chat thread with Madison and I think Angie's in there too. So you're gonna make a list, and then you'll get an online event scheduled, just like a blitzy little 15-minute thing. And I'm sure Madison would be game for helping set that up for you. We have some cute little templates and stuff. And then you'll go live at some point. Let's see, what's today?
Yeah.
So sometime this week. But I'm sharing these assignments for her, but all of you are doing these assignments too. So it doesn't matter if you are a branding new, maybe you're not even silver yet and you're listening. It doesn't matter if you're branding new or if you're, who else is on this call? Carissa or Angie or another diamond or emerald on this call. Like we can go do those 3 things also. And I would say, my goal this week is actually to go live every single day. And I'm going to talk about this going gold and earning Punta Cana because my thought is there's a ton of people that we all know that could totally add 20 people and earn Punta Cana, you know? So I'm challenging myself. I'm challenging all of us. We can do scary things, right? We're going to grow. We're going to stretch. We're going to get better. And I'm actually going to go live in the morning with Brandy. Brandy's on here. She's not on the video right now, but we're going to go live and we're going to share her story of how she earned Punta Cana in 12 days. So find a bestie even. You can actually do like a split screen, invite someone on live. So that's an option too. So we're going to try that tomorrow. Just like, hey, let's try it. Okay, so there's the assignments. I'm going to actually open it up for the next couple of minutes if anyone else has a question they want to ask. Who has a question? Or you can pop it in the chat if you prefer. Angie, now that you know my goal, I know you're going to try to keep up.
You know me, sister. I'm like live every day. Okay, hold my feet to the fire, girl.
What's the worst that could happen? What's the best that could happen, right?
The right person could hear it.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
It's very true. And I mean, so many times when I've gone live, it's like, I don't know, it like changes up the algorithm, or just the right one person hears it and I will get a message either, you know, from a health standpoint or even a business standpoint. Sweet friend Hannah Levi popped on a call Justin and I did after we got home from Maui a couple years ago, and she's a senior Ruby on our team. And you know, you never know when your message is gonna hit someone just right. And she was actually my very first customer ever, and then kind of fell off the bandwagon. And so don't underestimate someone that used to use Plexus years ago getting restarted. Yes, PLP on repeat, mixing it up however we can. Yes, yes, yes. That's true. Margaret says, I love this about this group, pushing each other to be better and go farther than we ever would have on our own. I know that's what's good about like the collaborative group type stuff, because we can feed off each other. And so it just takes somebody saying, okay, here's my goal, or here's my action step. Who else is going to do it with me? Let's do scary things together. No other questions?
I have a question. What time are you going live with Brandy tomorrow? Because I would love to hear how Brandy earned Punta Cana in 12 days.
We are planning to go live around 8 in the morning, Central. So it'd be 9 your
Okay.
time. So yeah, I mean,
Oh,
if you guys have people that you think would pop on and listen, go for it. Or even new people that just started their products, or maybe they're interested in the opportunity. That's a perfect thing. And I will say, guys, I totally forgot to pop the opportunity call that Amy Booker hosted tonight into the new ambassador, new sharing chat. So if you're on this call and you were like, oh, I totally missed it, it actually was live streamed onto Amy Booker's Facebook wall, and also I have it on my wall, and I popped in the team page and stuff. So we'll get that recording up if you'd prefer to just send the link to some people if you missed the live call. And then Angie, do you want to plug your call for Thursday?
Yes. So Thursday night, Lisa Winters and I are going to be going live. It'll be live streaming from my Facebook wall, and then she'll live stream it to her. So any of you can go on and live stream either of our walls. We're going to be talking about the business. And my personal testimony is I've been with 7 or 8 different network marketing companies over the past 30 years. And Lisa is a pastor's wife. And so just looking at 2 totally different perspectives of someone not sharing, a business before, and someone like me who's been in multiple different companies over the years and just never made real money until this company. And so we're going to be sharing that. I think we said it's actually going to be 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because that is the time that would work for both of us. But the thing is, you never know, like, maybe everyone's going to have their kids to bed, dinner's going to be over, people are just kind of winding down. Like, you never know who it's going to catch at the right time. So Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you guys can take a listen.
Yes, and invite people to it. If you are chatting, it's a perfect opportunity to reach out to people about the opportunity. And if you're already having business conversations, this is perfect because you can funnel them into a call. And that's the idea behind our Tuesday product and testimony calls and our Thursday business calls, is that we're funneling people into Tuesday, funneling people into Thursday so they can learn. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I wish that would have been available when I was looking into Plexus, or when I had first started Plexus. That would have been hugely helpful. So take advantage of these calls because they are being hosted for you. So all you have to do is actually have conversations and invite people to them. So, oh, very fun. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks guys for popping on. We'll wrap up here a little bit early, and everyone can go work on their goal list or revisit their goals and make your list, schedule your online event, and go live. Promise you won't die. Okay, cheers everybody. Thanks for popping on.